In a world filled with war, suffering, and death, is divine indifference a mark of wisdom or cruelty? Chapter 5 confronts this philosophical problem through the story of a family trapped in a massive conflict between Mount Lingshan, a Buddhist stronghold, and the heavenly court, representing Taoism. What's it about? In short, it's a tale of vengeance in a cosmic chess game where big figures are reduced to pawns. Welcome back, Cogitantes. Today, we are diving into the philosophy of deity and family in Chapter 5. The journals describe the Yaksha king, gravely wounded, cradling the lifeless body of a boy amidst the wreckage. Suddenly, two mysterious figures appear. One says whether the Yaksha royal lineage continues or ends depends entirely on your decision today. A white-robed Taoist steps forward, extracts a lotus flower from the child's body, and places it into a bowl. The Taoist adds, "This red lotus holds your son's soul. To ensure it doesn't fade before reincarnation, we'll need two things, your life and the water from the river of childbearing." Who are these two figures? One is likely the keeper of Flaming Mountain, depicted as the white-robed Taoist. The other might be someone more powerful, possibly Taishang Laojun, one of Taoism's three pure ones. Why? Readers of Journey to the West will recall that when the great sage equal to heaven overturned Taishang Laojun's alchemical furnace, the spilled coals created Flaming Mountain. The attendant guarding the furnace, caught napping, was banished to the mortal realm and became the keeper of Flaming Mountain. The keeper's journal recounts a moment from his time as a furnace attendant, waking to find his master standing beside a young girl. His master instructed them to guard the furnace together, referring to her as your senior. In a gesture of kindness, the master crafted a larger fan for the attendant, which later became the origin of the plantain fan. After the attendant's banishment, others from his sect treated him indifferently, except for his senior, who occasionally descended to offer her support. Later, it's revealed she married a Yaoguai king. Flash forward to the animation, where Princess Iron Fan tearfully confesses to the Bull Demon King, "Red Boy is not your child." She reveals she was forcibly made pregnant through a potion to preserve the Yaksha bloodline. And who orchestrated this? None other than Taishang Laojun. This revelation connects the Yaksha kingdom's downfall to Taishang Laojun. He captured the Yaksha king's son's soul and used it to ensure Princess Iron Fan could give birth to Red Boy. But why? Was it truly to preserve the bloodline? The journals suggest the timeline of his plan. The Yaksha kingdom's fall was the first step. From Red Boy's perspective, recurring nightmares of towering monks, strange birds, and fire-breathing statues hint at Mount Lingshan's involvement in destroying his people. It's likely the Yaksha king's rebellion triggered Mount Lingshan's intervention, wiping out the kingdom. Meanwhile, Lao Jun's supposed benevolence towards Princess Iron Fan appears to have been a calculated move to plant a seed of vengeance, a ticking time bomb destined to detonate in the future. In Journey to the West, Guanyin Bodhisattva, aware of Red Boy's true origins, intervened to prevent this bomb from exploding. But when did Red Boy learn the truth? According to his sister's journal, it was after Guanyin spared him that his personality changed dramatically. Her entries reveal growing fear, even during casual conversations. It's during this period that Red Boy likely discovered his origins. Despite this, he still saw the Bull King as a father figure, demonstrated by his plea, "I don't want to sever our family ties. Hand me that relic." However, the Bull King, heeding Wukong's warning never to absorb the relic, refused, wanting to protect his so-called son. Red Boy interpreted this as cowardice, viewing the Bull King as a lapdog of the heavens. He withdrew to the mountains, becoming more introspective and isolated. It's likely Taishang Laojun revealed the full truth to Red Boy, including his father's role in Wukong's defeat. Red Boy took a drastic step, imprisoning the Bull Demon King. Why wouldn't the Bull Demon King give the relic? His journal tells us that after converting to Buddhism, he returned to the Flaming Mountains, choosing solitude. He turned down invitations and stopped traveling, burdened by the war's devastation. Trapped by past decisions, this likely shaped his refusal to hand over the relic. The Bull Demon King couldn't bring himself to destroy the remains of his brother, the great sage equal to heaven. Instead, he hid them within his stomach, transforming into a reverse goddess form. This act caused him severe physical deterioration and unrelenting emotional pain. Yet his love for Red Boy remained unwavering, and he chose to shield his son from the destructive path of vengeance. Even after enduring a fatal blow from Red Boy, the Bull Demon King refused to retaliate, but Red Boy, consumed by vengeance, pressed forward, determined to strike back at Mount Lingshan at any cost. Under Taishang Laojun's plan, the seeds of vengeance were carefully planted. At the end of the story, one question lingers. Did Taishang Laojun orchestrate all this suffering out of wisdom or cruelty? Schopenhauer once pondered whether a god who created a world filled with misery could truly be benevolent, stating, "If this world is the work of a god, I would not want to be that god." Of course, Schopenhauer envisioned a god as a creator, which isn't the case here. Taishang Laojun isn't a creator deity, but a manifestation of the Tao, the ultimate principle of cosmic order. Yet, if Laojun embodies this universe cosmic order, his indifference to suffering might reflect the cold mechanics of existence itself. In such a world, a god isn't a savior, but a teacher who sets a complex puzzle, watching as students struggle and fail without intervention. The struggle itself is the lesson, like Squid Game, but with fewer tracksuits and far more existential dread. This raises a final thought. If the universe, cosmic forces, are indifferent to suffering, as this story suggests, would it not be better if such gods didn't exist? Perhaps, as Nietzsche proposed in rejecting oppressive ideals, the answer isn't to seek salvation in divine forces or religious aspirations, but to embrace the beauty and tragedy of the world, the only certainty we have. For the characters of this universe, as for us, meaning may not lie in submission to gods, but in harmonizing with the universe as it is, by accepting both joy and hardship, and living fully within the impermanence of existence. They and we find the freedom to create our own purpose before dissolving into the infinite flow of the Tao, or awakening to the Buddhist emptiness of self and the interconnected web of all things. And that's the end. Thanks for watching. Happy mindful gaming, and see you next time.